Hello Eric, this will be my video response to you. I've just got your video letter and I just watched it one time and I think now spontaneously I would like to see what I can answer. So let's put it here it takes again.
What's up, Dolama? How's it going? I'm making this video to ask you 7 questions.
Okay.
But before I do, you've really inspired me to pursue mysticism and spirituality. And they've also inspired me to go on retreats.
While it is loading, thank you Eric for being inspired. This is why I make these videos after all, right? So this is something that really makes me happy to know that what I have lived and experienced I can share with somebody and that it can be really of some value to somebody. For me it is like it gives meaning to my life, it gives meaning to my sharing, it gives meaning for me being Dolama. So thank you, and thank all of the people who are watching videos, all of the people who are commenting, all of the people who feel connection with me, all of the people I meet. Okay, let's move on.
I've learned many things from you, so I want to say thank you.
When I started my path of spirituality or meditation, I wanted to have a master, I wanted to have somebody to learn things from. I didn't know anything about meditation, I didn't know anything about retreats, I didn't know anything about anything. And I searched on the internet, I searched on YouTube, but I couldn't find anybody. I couldn't find anybody real. And I found some people, but they were charging money. They would be like saying, I can give you Kundalini transmission, Shaktipat, but it's only $50. There I felt bad and I promised to myself that I would never do that. So for me I had no teacher, I had nobody to learn things from. So maybe I wanted to give others or show others what I hadn't for myself, and because I think that can help, to clear some doubts maybe or give some inspiration. So this is what I think. Okay, let's continue.
And yeah, here's the questions.
Okay.
Question number 1. Did you ever feel scared and vulnerable when you would go out on your retreats all alone in the wilderness? In particular, when you would wake up in the middle of the night in your tents, all alone in the dark. I imagine that would be kind of scary.
No, I mean maybe in the beginning, in the forests of Lithuania, I felt scared, especially during the nights. There were animals and I would hear these noises, these howlings, these wolves. Sometimes I remember there were some times that I felt being surrounded by them. Yes, I was scared, and I remember I had this staff with me, I had this stick, and I was thinking how I'm going to protect if these wolves attack me. But never anything happened. And in the same forest in Lithuania I have learned to love this nature. Like I said, I spent like 4 years living like that in Lithuania, in the forest, where I would go every day and I would stay there. And finally, like on the 3rd or 4th year, I started to see the animals. Like in the beginning they wouldn't show up to me, but after these years I started seeing wolves. I mean, I would be meditating, I would open my eyes, and I would see this wolfy kind of watching me, like, I don't know, say 5 meters in front of me, laying down and watching me. This would be an experience. There I felt that they have accepted me as a part of the forest, as I have accepted them, like we were like inhabitants, we were living in the same forest, and it felt like this forest is our mother, is our home. So it was like I felt like we are equal, me and those animals, these foxes, these wolves, these rabbits, these birds. And there I experienced a lot of love. This is maybe one of the most beautiful feelings I have ever experienced, this connection with nature, with animals, and with trees, with flowers. So I learned to love, or I opened to love, to such a beautiful love, to this nature, to these animals, that I guess when you love there is no fear. Because since then I had, never I had fear. For example, I have stayed in the Himalayas, in the mountains, in the caves. One time I had my encounter with a bear. I wasn't so afraid. I was full of adrenaline, yes, and I had my knife, yes. But I don't know. I wouldn't be afraid. No, I wouldn't be afraid. In the nights, yes, in the nights you wake up, and in the night you feel the energy different. In the night you feel more presence. Everything is more mystical in the night. No, I wouldn't be afraid, but I would perceive this majesty of the night. Many people ask me if I was afraid, but no. I guess you get used to it. You get used to being completely alone in your tent, or in a cave. And like I said, when you start to love this nature where you are, then I think that the question of fear just disappears. When there is love, there is no fear. So this is my answer to your first question, Eric. Let's go on. Already 9 minutes. I will continue answering in another video, okay? I don't want to make the videos too long because it becomes too difficult to upload them. So, to be continued.